Lin-chan and Dimi-chan play games. Hello and welcome back.
Welcome back.
So, while we were all learning about Ikebana
Last
time, Link was going on an adventure with ice cubes.
Ice cubes?
Because he's really hot.
I was gonna say, is he thirsty?
Or at least I'm very hot.
You're very hot.
Yeah, it's boiling. Like, LA got so hot all of a sudden. It was nice and fresh for like...
I'm not hot.
Are you not hot?
No.
Here's some...
No,
some
don't
sharing.
give me your sweat. That's disgusting. That's the sound of my bottle.
You're not hot because you're drinking water.
Well, I'm smart to be drinking water to keep myself hydrated. Oh, he got the fourth one. Is he gonna be able to go and get the paraglider?
Yep.
After all this time?
I also got a sweater because it was freezing.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, the old man gave me one.
Oh, the old man finally did something nice?
Yeah, I climbed all the way to the top of the of the thing, and he's like, "Here's a sweater."
Almost died, and he's like, "Here you go." Oh.
I did some surfing.
Not really.
Or some snow shielding. It's not a board, right? Or snow pot lidding. Snow lidding.
Snow lidding.
Yeah, snow lidding. The old man. With this, you have now acquired all the spirit orbs from the shrines of this plateau.
In the plateau.
Oh ho ho, extraordinary. That means it is finally time. Link, it is finally time for me to tell you everything.
Everything.
But first, you must go and find me on your map.
Find you in a map.
So he is going to wait right where the lines indicate. And he's going to fade away right before my very eyes.
Eyes.
I'm not even sure if any of this rhymes.
No,
I need to make an X.
No.
Okay, so this one to this one to this one lands right here. Smack in the middle.
In the middle.
I still don't have the paraploop.
Ploop, ploop, ploop.
Oh, look, there's a treasure. In the frozen lake. Yeah, look, I can make ice cubes. It's like that.
Ice cube, was it like that? Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum.
And I got an opal. Opals are pretty.
Opals are pretty. Opals are pretty.
Oof.
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 So you go like this.
Why are we oofing?
Because I...
Hey, isn't that the lid?
Yeah.
I thought you were using your shield to...
Oh, I didn't want to ruin my shield.
Where did the...
Ow.
Where did the snow come from? All of a sudden you're in a land of snow?
It hit me again.
All of a sudden you're in a land of snow?
Pretty much.
How come? How come? Are you really that high in the mountain?
Yeah, there's a little mountain here. See, it goes all the way up there.
Yeah, but how is this side of the mountain is snowy and then you look right across the other mountain is not?
Well, that mountain is not cold.
It makes no sense. That mountain is probably as high as this mountain. Whee! I didn't know you were a snowboarder. Oh, they should give him some skis on here.
I wonder if you can get... Oh, I did a twick.
Oh, you did a twick.
I did a twick. Oh, frozen guys. Come on. I'm gonna die.
You're
if
gonna
I don't
die.
Eat.
If
something
you
nice and
don't
warm.
eat something nice and warm. Something nice and warm. Something nice and warm.
I got some ice cream.
Ice
jelly.
cream.
Ice cream jelly. You like that, don't you?
Huh?
Like to freeze the jelly?
Oh yeah. They're like gelatin jelly. With like the little fruit nugget or whatever it's called on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're chewy. And then I put in the frizz. In the freezer.
In the freezer.
In the freezer. In the freezer. In the freezer. Can't speak. Talk too much already.
In the freezer. So now we need to go to the Temple of Tomb.
Temple Tomb.
And I need the store to make my pass.
Store to make your pass. Store to make your pass.
I'm glad that anything Link places does not like start to topple over as he's manipulating it.
Manipulating it.
Hiccups. So are you gonna start making videos of your Ikebana?
Yeah, I would like to.
So is there one in particular that you want to start with?
Nope. Well, I'm gonna incorporate paper craft into it, so I'm not gonna do it entirely of quilling, which will be very time consuming. So I'm not gonna do that. But maybe I will make one just for myself, like entirely of quilling. I think that would be awesome. But yeah. Oh, I learned something cool, but I don't know if it's true or not for all flowers while I was doing the Ikebana thing research. They say that if you were to cut flowers from if you were to cut the stem of a flower, you need to soak the stem in the water first and then cut the stem while you're in the water. That way you're not introducing any oxygen or any air into the stem of the flower.
So then it doesn't oxidize and it stays fresh? Yeah,
so then it lives longer.
Interesting.
And you take that flower after you cut it, you put it in water. And so there's no, but then I don't know. That's what they were saying. And it keeps the flower alive longer. Now, I don't know if that's true for all flowers. But the flower that they were showing they were using a rose. So yeah.
They're very mad.
And I learned something really cool the other day, which is how caffeine works in the brain. This is just a very, very simple explanation of it. I'm sure there are like 1,000 other things happening at the same time. But pretty much in your brain, you have these things called adenosine. And it's being produced by your neurons. And there are receptors for these adenosines, and normally I think they help your body, like when they bind to the receptor, they help your body relax. I don't know if all my details is correct. I'm trying to this is like me remembering from the top of my head. So we'll include something in the video later to see where I get the I was watching a video and they were talking about it. But so there are these adenosines, and I think it's called adenosines. I don't quite remember either. But pretty much it binds to these receptors in your brain, and it relaxes your body. So that's why you feel tired and you want to sleep, right? And so what happened when you take caffeine is that they say that caffeine has a some sort of like similar structure to this adenosine, so it can bind nicely. I just bit my tongue there. I bit my tongue.
Oh, why is your tongue in the way?
Because I was talking. That's why I said nicely. So the caffeine can bind nicely to these receptors, and it blocks the adenosines from binding. And so when all the spots are being occupied, that's why the caffeine makes you alert and awake. That's why you feel like you're hyper and your adrenaline's pumping and you're excited and you're awake, right? And so that's how it is. And then over time, the concentration of the caffeine, of course, decreases over every hour, every few hours or whatever. And so then the adenosine comes in and rebinds to those receptors, and you start to relax again and you want to sleep. And so for people who constantly drink coffee, what happened is that if you keep drinking coffee and the caffeines keep filling up these receptors, over time your body's going to be like, oh, well, all these receptors are being occupied. I need to pump out more receptors. I need to make more receptors. That way more adenosine can bind to these things and relax the body and help it, rest and stuff. So then over time, if you keep pumping your system with caffeine, over time you're gonna end up with, like, instead of having 5 receptors originally, now you're gonna have like 10, 15 receptors from what you started, because you keep blocking the receptors with caffeine. And so that's why over time you would feel like, oh, 1 cup of coffee is no longer enough to keep you awake, because now you have all these receptors to filled up. So then now you have to take 2 cups of coffee, 3 cups of coffee. So this affects people that drink a lot of coffee, because if one day you decide to just go cold turkey and not drink any coffee at all, now you're gonna have 15 receptors that are now available, that are nothing is being bound to it. Now all these adenosines are now going to all just rush in to try to fill up all of these 15 receptors. And then all of a sudden you feel like you're crashing. And that's,
I guess like all your body's trying to do is help you relax. And
yeah, exactly. And by pumping your system with caffeine, it's occupying all these receptors. In the end, your body has to overwork itself to try to get the body to relax by having more receptors. But the more caffeine there is, it blocks the receptors. So if you ever stop drinking coffee, now all these receptors are free again. All the adenosines are going to come back in, fill it all up, and then that's how you experience crashing. When when you binge on certain items. So this is just a very simple way of explaining how caffeine works. And I find when I came across that video, I was like, that is so interesting. So, yeah.
No. Meanwhile, while we were learning something interesting about caffeine, King Roham is putting Link to sleep with his own version of anti-caffeine.
Oh, that's the king!
Yeah. He was the old man, after all.
Oh, you should have stopped me.
No. I think what you're saying was more interesting.
Well, for people who are watching, they probably just want to watch the game.
They have subtitles.
Okay, they can mute me.
Ready to hear what happened 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Telling us. To know the Camel-amity's
read it.
true form, one must know the story of an age long past. The Demon King was born into this kingdom, but his transformation into malice created the horror you see now. Stories of Ganon were passed from generation to generation in the form of legends and fairy tales.
But it's not.
Not?
Legends and fairy tales.
But there was also a prophecy. A prophecy. The signs of a resurrection of Camel-amity Ganon are clear.
Camel-amity?
Camel-amity. There is a camel, and the power to oppose it lies dormant within the lies of the dormant. We decided to heed the prophecy and began excavating large areas of land. Excavating?
Excavating.
It wasn't before long we discovered several ancient relics made by the hands of our distant ancestors. He's got a man bun. These relics, the divine beasts, were giant machines piloted by warriors. We also found the Guardians, an army of mechanical soldiers who fought autonomously. This coincided with ancient legends oft repeated throughout our land. I can read.
Good job.
Oft. We also learned of a princess with a sacred power and her appointed knight, chosen by the sword. It was they who sealed Ganon away using the power of these ancient relics.
But I thought the princess is his daughter.
It is. 100 years ago, there was a princess set to inherit a sacred power and a skilled knight at her side. That was his daughter. It was clear that we must follow our ancestors' path and make her do what her ancestors did. We selected 4 skilled Mipha individuals from across Hyrule and tasked them with the duty of piloting the divine beasts. With the princess as their commander, we dubbed these pilots champions.
So Link as the princess's guardian. Like he's supposed to protect her. But he didn't do a very good job.
No.
So now she's being held captive.
But nay. Ganon was cunning, and he responded with a plan beyond our imagining. Beyond our imagination? And he went...
Oh, and
all the guardians thus farted, all at once, and exterminated life.
Oh, okay. So they weren't bad. They were just good and deactivated. And then Ganon, or whoever put the evilness in it. No,
they were good, and they were to be used to control Ganon. And
but then they were deactivated. Did you see? They were just lying dormant.
Oh, those were the dormant ones. Those are the non-dormant ones.
but the non-dormant ones were just turned alive just now. And did you miss it? Ganon and his evilness went in.
His malice.
Whatever.
And thus the kingdom of Hyrule is gone. Death by fart.
However, we finally see her.
The princess survived.
Now, is she from 100 years ago?
Yep. Oh, this is still 100 years ago memories. Link.
So
you are a final hope. I wonder if this is her talking right now. The fate of Hyrule rests with you. They do well.
Yeah, you did very well with the
emotion.
Yeah.
That princess was my own daughter. My dear Zelda. And the courageous knight who protected her right up to the very end. Yeah, that was me too.
Young man.
Oh, it was you? Oh, sorry. That was you, Link. You fought valiantly when your fate took an unfortunate turn.
Baby face.
He was just resurrected in the Shrine of Resurrection.
They need to give him more chin and less fat. Then he can be all handsome.
The words of guidance you have been wearing since your awakening are from Princess Zelda herself. Even now, as she works to restrain Ganon from within Hyrule Castle, she calls out for your help.
Where is she?
Within Hyrule Castle.
So she's trapped inside somewhere.
However, my daughter's power will soon be exhausted. Once that happens, Ganon will freely regenerate himself and nothing will stop him from consuming our land. Considering that I could not save my own kingdom, I have no right to ask this of you, Link. No right.
You should have just given him...
But I am powerless here. And I need to yawn. But you must save my daughter. And do whatever it takes to annihilate Ganon. Somehow, Ganon has maintained control over all 4 divine beasts, as well as those guardians swarming around Hyrule Castle. I believe it would be quite reckless for you to head directly to the castle at this point. But I suggest that you make your way east, out to one of the villages in the wilderness. Follow the road to Kakariko village. There you'll find the elder Impa. She will tell you more about the path that lies ahead. Consult the map on your Sheikah slate for precise location of Kakariko village.
It's wiggling.
Make your way past the twin summits of the dueling peaks. From there, follow the road as it proceeds.
Why are they always British? I don't get it. Can't they be American?
Because they sound
more... Or they can be Indian, or they can be
authoritarian
Russian.
If they're British. Oh, oops. I fell asleep. Go on, here's a paraglider, just as I promised.
Oh, really? Really? Yeah. After all this? I don't want it anymore. Give it back. I don't want it anymore.
Well, next time we will give it back, and we'll stay on our little plateau. And then we won't need to actually go anywhere or save no one.
Yeah, just build yourself a house.
Or take his house. He's dead.
Oh, perfect.
Perfect. They even have a little cooking pot and a diary to write in. And some trees nearby.
You're set mushrooms. For life.
Yeah. Perfect life. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, perfect life. Off to adventure we go.
And death.
And death.
Shall face.
And game overs. Lots of game overs. Linh-chan, Dimi-chan, Linh-chan. Linh-chan.